Welcome to my channel, DIY home improvement videos with humor. I hope you enjoy. If you do, please subscribe and share. Here's a brief preview of my videos.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Good morning. Ooh, it's very hot.
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
Okay, so now all I can say is
I don't know.
Flashback.
Beautiful day. Sun shining, birds are singing, yards being mowed, and the birds are actually kind of loud. But anyway, so this is Project Dude's big project. It may last longer than the summer, may go into the fall, but behind this door, you'll see why I need to make this a major project. Dun da da da, like a big. Okay, here we go. So, as you can see, I have packed every conceivable area with stuff. And you know what they say about stuff.
That's the whole meaning of life, isn't it? Trying to find a place for your stuff.
Just organized as this. And actually, if you look, this is actually my table saw. Really. So what I'm going to do, one of the many projects for this garage, I'm going to create a work table that incorporates my my table saw, so that way I can have a big work area. It'll also handle any major pieces of wood that I'm cutting on the table saw. So, and I've got that little cabinet there. I don't think I've cleaned this out since Jesus was a baby. So there's that needs some work. Probably going to repurpose that, move that somewhere else. These two major cabinets that I bought actually did a great job originally when I didn't have a lot of stuff, but now I've got a lot of stuff, as you can tell. One of the problems is in this cabinet, I have all my tools, and you can see that it is a major effort just to pull anything out to do any kind of project, because this is definitely not organized. It's even worse than this other one, because this other one is actually, if you want to be considered I might use that later on in some project, hoarder. That's me. So that's just the one side. The other side's not as bad. At one time I used to use it just for my golf stuff, and you can tell, in fact there's a golf bag right there, really nice. But you can tell these have outlived their usefulness. Stuff on top of it, stuff on top of both of them. And oh, what's this? And oh, by the way, my garage has also been a training area for my son, who is training to be a boxer. I'm gonna have to get like a winch that you usually put on the front of your truck or your Jeep. I'm gonna get one converted to 12 volt or AC. That way I can get it up, because that ratchet doesn't quite work too well. So there's that double bag, and over there is a speed bag. So as you can tell, this place is a wreck. It's organized chaos. And of course above I have all that storage, which probably won't change, but the main working area will be on the garage floor. Take a deep breath. Pretty soon this will be pretty. Well, at least it'll be functional.
End of flashback. Several months later.
Hello, YouTubers. Good golly, Miss Molly. We're getting ready to do not a preview, a post view, an update of my garage. Last summer, I made a list of 5 or 6 things I really wanted to do, and of course, the last one was to redo my garage to make it more efficient, cleaner, and easy to use. And I've been actually at work. I've got some video that I'll show here after this. But in reality, what I want to do is, and what I've been doing is trying to make this space, because it's still a 2-car garage, no matter what you do. Still want to put, still want to put 2 cars in here. Well, actually, a car and a truck, because I drive a truck, baby. But I'll show you what I've been doing. This is basically an update. I'll continue this. I'll be working on this garage sporadically over the summer, spring and summer, just because the fact that I may have a project, which I do have one coming up, which will be the next one, which will be in the kitchen of my house, and we'll be painting and fixing up. That's a Southern expression, fixing up the cabinets, so kitchen cabinets. So that's going to be the next one. But so I'm going to give you an update now, and so I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, so some of the things I've been doing, and I probably will show this in multiple videos. But what I've done is I've taken this corner, unusable corner here, put in shelves and used it to create stuff. The space on the other side of the garage door opener slide, I'm using this well underneath over the door. And you can also tell that I've also insulated my garage. It wasn't insulated. Hello, YouTubers. So what am I doing? Well, part of my garage, actually the ceiling on my garage, is not insulated. So no matter how hard I want, or how desperately I want to try to work on my garage makeover, and I've started. I'm gonna show some more stuff later. But what I'm doing now is this is R19, 24 inches on center, which is actually 23 inches wide, and I'm cutting it for the sections over my garage. So my garage is split into, the area over my garage, the attic, is split in two because there is an extra storage area that's unheated, and then there's a master closet which is heated. Excuse me. And so right now I'm in process of cutting. I've pre-measured, and one of the things I did was, if you can see those arrows there, the first arrow represents 8.5 feet, and that actually represents 9. So instead of having to measure each one of these at a time, because I've had to cut, I'm in the process of, I've already done 10, so I've done 1/2 of my attic, and I've got 4, so I need 6 more. So instead of having to measure out each one, I just did a little template here. And so also, piece of plywood underneath, piece of plywood on top. And so what that basically does is, the piece on top actually compresses to make it easier to cut. The quote of the day comes from John Wooden, former basketball coach. And he says, "Success is never final, failure is never fatal, it's courage that counts." From John Wooden, quote of the day. So I've got 6 more to do, and I'll show you my attic when I'm up there. Okay, so my area, the attic above my garage on both sides, has now been insulated. Okay, so here's my table saw. I've still got a few things I want to do to make it work correctly. Of course, eventually I'll trim all this out right here, right here. I'll trim that, cover that up. You won't ever see that. Plus the fact that's pretty sharp, so I definitely need to cover that up. But what I've done is that here's here's my rip fence, okay? And it's a one and done, so you can make sure it's twisted and pop it down, and it locks it in place. But the problem is that I'm not pushing it all the way down because this 4x4 is in the way. So what I've done is that I've created or found the farthest it would go, the outside line on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. One, so my rib fence lever works, and two, so I have access to, this is where a handle goes in order to adjust the degree of the blade, boop, like that. So I've got to have access to that. I've got to be able to lock down my rip fence extremely well. So what I'll do is that I'll come back and put in a piece of 2x4 right underneath it, and that should keep the table nice and strong, as well as give me the space I need for my handle. So I'm getting ready to cut that right now.
One eternity later.
This, ta-da! This is my new workstation, and of course you can tell there's so much crap on here. But this is a great size workstation. The height is perfect for me, only because of the fact that I don't like bending over. I've had 2 back surgeries. This top, as you can see this circle right here, this top is actually an old metal door, huge door, that I found and repurposed as the top. Now, eventually I may cover this with laminate to make it a little bit slicker, easy to work on, but right now you can still see remnants of the door. I've also incorporated a couple of things in this. One is, we're incorporating my table saw into this table, and you can see I've got wheels on this, so this thing rolls around pretty well. So I've got that incorporated. I've also got this handy dandy, I mean really very attractive switch. And basically what happens is that if I hit the on button, first of all I have to plug it in. This has to be plugged in because it's mobile, but I do have that power cord. So when this table's plugged in, I hit the on switch, shop vac will come on, and then I can turn on this. So, and then when I hit this button, both pieces of equipment go off. So if there's some kind of emergency, I hit this off button real quick, this will go off. So that's, I've liked that. Again, this is perfect height for me. I know it may, for a lot of people, it may look a little tall, but I'm vertically challenged, and I don't like to bend over all that much just because of my back. So this piece of plywood is the access door to get to the bag that holds the cutoffs from the dust from the table saw. And over here on this side, I've got a skin covering this, but if you look, I don't know if I got enough light here, but if you look, right here is a door. And if you open this door, the shop vac's in there, so that way I can open the door, empty the shop vac if necessary, put it back. Now, the reason why it looks like this is because, and I'm doing the same thing to my air compressor. My air compressor, the air compressor and the vacuum make so much noise, especially in this tiny garage. Especially if the overhead door, the main door is shut, it's just very, very loud. So what I've done is, including on the bottom, I've created these little walls with very thick insulation. And I'll do the same thing for the back and the front. Of course, the front will be more like a door, and then the top will have the same type of insulation or insulation, some type of insulation. And then once I get that boxed up, then I'm going to mount it up here in the corner, the farthest away from everything within the garage. Run a line, air line to this bad boy, which I got at Harbor Freight. So that way I'll have an air hose with 25 feet of hose that I can put right beside my electrical, I don't know, I'm not sure what you call it. I guess a retractable electric line there. So that way, anywhere in the shop I can use. I can also use that to do the air for my tires in my truck or my car. So that's going up right beside that. Then I'll run the power to here, and then the only thing left is that I will have a remote control to turn the compressor on and off. And then I will have access to the front to be able to adjust. So that's a lot going on, and you can see, and I'll pull up some pictures with this video of the garage prior to some of the work I've done. I've done a lot of work. One of the main things, I used to have a huge gray cabinet there and an even huger cabinet over here. They served a purpose for a while, but unfortunately, as with anything, if you start shoving stuff in, you don't know what you have. I have a lot of stuff that I use and can use. So eventually this table, and I call it a table, but it's not really, once you put all this junk up here, there's really actually no room to work. So once I get rid of this, and I may keep part of this pegboard wall, but I doubt it. But once this whole wall is going to be French cleats. For tools. If you don't know what French cleats are, I'll put a link to that to somebody, because there's French cleats are like, they're like all over the YouTube world. So so that's where I'm at. Hello, YouTubers. Bam! We are on the evolution of my garage continuation. I think I'm going to end. Well, actually, I have a long speech before this, but I think I'm probably going to end it. But I will show you the progress. That's a great word. So you can see I have done absolutely nothing with that because I'm still working. Here's a little hint there. I'm working on something else. That's another video coming out. Tease! But right now, as you can see, I created this box with insulation. The only thing I haven't done is made the door yet, and I've stuck it up up in the corner. Once I get the door on, I've also got some insulation that I'm going to use for the top. So that should cut down on the noise. Now, they're extremely loud no matter what you do, but at least I'll cut down on some of the noise. And then now I've also got the air going up my ceiling, and I've also now got this tool, which helps me clean up. Woo, baby. So that's good. And I guess that's really it for the progress. Of course, I did complete my workbench. It's been very, very nice to have a workbench that's got a lot of room and it's high enough that I don't have to bend over. So really happy with that. The vacuum cleaner system is working very well with the table saw. So we're going to end this here. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my videos. The progress with the garage will continue until it's where I want it to be. And until then, please keep watching. God bless.